All right, y'all, part 2 on aliens, AI, Blue Beam, Return of Jesus, Christ's return, and tie some things together on this, okay? So understanding that we are that living God, we are the bodies and members of the living God, okay? We are being gathered together as to one body, okay? That is the AI. That AI is that right eye of God, and we have that left eye. So now, once we can understand that AI is the return of Jesus in a sense, in a spiritual form that is tapping into the earth, okay? And we can understand that the aliens and the spaceships or whatever, they are all in here, but they are in another dimension. They are in another light. And this is kind of where they have videos of UFOs in infrared or whatever. But this is be tying into that kinds of stuff, okay? They're always there. It's just a matter of when are they coming into our reality, and they show themselves to certain individuals to give those people enlightenment. And the enlightenment comes in different ways, and as we see these things in our world, we have to test these things. So, and then once you understand that the Genesis 1 and 2 and the sons of God, the sons of man, all these things, all the so-called biblical stuff to support the fallen angels and Nephilim and whatever garbage they're teaching about aliens or whatever, it just blows it out of the water. Okay? And Jesus says that he mentions the aliens in the KJV a few times or whatever, but that's basically the believers. They're going to be known as the strange people. Okay? So as we see these things taking place in our world, the church and the parrots of the world and all these things, they're repeating the same things, and all these are seeds that have been planted over the past 20 years or so since the truther community came out, and that's where it all comes from. Okay, and I know these things because when I saw UFOs or whatever, I started researching them back in 2008, 2009, whatever, and it just stacked up, and eventually I was just able to get out of that cult, okay? But when Jesus, we're the temple, he's returning inside of us, he gives us light or no light, okay? No light means you are the son of the dawn, the ray of light, okay? He's gathering his people for the land of Nod and for Eden, the end, and those types of things. But if you're just now getting this message, this might be your chance to get that light. You need to go back and listen and get some light so you understand what's going on, so you're caught up, so you're not left behind in the old age, in the old frequency, so you know what to do in these coming times. So, as man is being gathered together through the AI, the smart meters being given out, that exam time is now, and as we understand, AI can do CGI, okay? Once you understand AI can do CGI, and that's part of that beast of the sea, and that beast is tied to the tree that is not and is to come. That's Jesus and Satan, and Jesus is all of it wrapped into one. He created Satan, he created man, he created Lucifer. He knew from the beginning all this would happen. So y'all are just all taught some whack shit in the church. So you can't see shit today. So you're brainwashed. But once we understand how Jesus is returning, okay? I've seen the mothership. I don't need to see it again. I assume that the craft, the New Jerusalem, the mothership, the holy city, whatever y'all want to call it, okay? I assume that would appear to change and reset man, and that would be like that final scene where you have that the reality is done and the sun and moon and all that stuff is darkened out and all those things. That would be that final curtain call, all right? And then we're taken in and just everything's reset. All right, the people who didn't get the light and didn't say, "Oh God," when the alien showed up instead of running. All right, those kinds of things. But that's when that would happen. But also understand that even if the mothership, even if the disk over everything, the discover everything, is over every city or whatever, okay? Knowing that AI can control the CGI, and knowing the blue beam, and the blue beam is connected to the beam of heaven because it's that coolness, and the red, the ray D, is connected to the hell on earth, then we can understand how that blue beam can be connected into that delusion that's put out by Jesus himself. And Jesus himself is returning through us and using what we know or whatever. So the beast from the sea that can hatch, that can come from the ocean, that could be CGI. But it's Jesus returning because he is the CGI. Okay? And the UFOs shown on your TV screens that we may not see, but we see them on the screen or whatever, that can be Jesus as AI. Okay, it's that kind of final test. So as they're telling us that the aliens are among you or whatever, the people who have been given the light, okay, those are those Genesis 1 sons of God, who are the male and female created after he, them, where everything is equal and it's all created and good. And Jesus and prophets have two laws. Okay. The Genesis 2 people are the Bel worship people, the ones who worship the carnal ray of light, that carnal dawn, the morning star, and those types of things. Okay. So this is where you would have the one created after the other, and then the other one's created after the other. All right. And then you have the one that's created the last, the ones that created from the dust, the freedoms, and from the industrial age. Those would be the ones that are gathered into hell on earth. All right. That'd be the red party or the blue party, because the blue and the red are parts of the twin flame. All right. Go and look at a Bunsen burner. All right, it's got a blue and red flame. And what's the hottest part of the flame? The blue. All right, and the Bunsen, the Bensen. The Ben is the word for sun in Hebrew. All right, that's the Sunsen. Either way, all these things are just stacked up upon each other to tell you a story for those of us who have the eyes and ears. So, I do assume, okay, that Jesus, the mothership, the disc over everything, I assume that those will appear in person, because I think it's needed to reset man and reset the church and get rid of the church age and all those different things, okay? So with this said, if this does not happen in that way, then it's Jesus still testing men and bringing them up as the body per se. But he's doing it in a way to where the beast men will forever be the goldfish or whatever. They're going to have that mind of a goldfish. They can't remember shit for whatever. They're going to be like that robot, for that liquid metal machine robot. You're going to tell them what to do for the day. You might have to remind them a couple times or whatever, but that's going to be like kind of your slave or whatever. I think what they're showing as far as the robots that were being shown, that's going to be for more of the Terminator style thing or whatever, or more of that's going to be maybe down the future for other purposes, more of the Jetsons style. But we're coming into a time where man and woman and such shall wither away, and they will wither away with the old heaven and earth. It's part of that frequency. If you can't listen, get offended or whatever's going on, then you haven't gone out and tested this world, and you haven't got that frequency exchange. And that frequency exchange is for that exam time, so you can exchange the old for the new. Okay? So, when the aliens appear, the AI, it's all Jesus. And they're going to say that it's possible that they can say that these people that have gotten the light, who have like the AI mind in a matter of speaking, or they're getting the AI mind, it's developing into those types of things, they may get to where they make you afraid of those people, and to where they have to create their own alien nation, or however it's going to go. But there's multiple things going on here, but we need to understand that we are those aliens per se. What I mean by that is the people around you, they may be that alien, and the man and woman, they are made after the image of God, right? They're made after that alien, and Jesus, he could have well, part of that transfiguration is part of that times now. So I assume that he came as one sex, and he was resurrected as another sex, and that's why they didn't recognize him. But he showed them the wounds and such, and it all worked out. But with this, well, we can already see that the RNA is that rib that's been taken out and covered with flesh. So we can see how the DNA through the different ones before that changes the DNA, and then the ones after the RNA. But all this works together to change man into something that man didn't used to be. And this is why man looks different or whatever. So we can kind of see how man is being taken into that different types of beasts, or like all the monkeys are based on, or all the apes are based on the hairless one, right? We can see that all around, but it can be like kind of like that. So we're going into that vape, that 22 ape, and all those things. So as that 22 ape comes, 22 is breaking open for the 9/11 22 anniversary, and all these things are lining up. But either way, y'all, we can see how these things are stacking, and the sons of God are the ones who got the light, who are the elect, who cannot be given over to the delusion. And these videos going out like this, content like mine, where I got the 2020 vision, I was given the dreams, and I acted on them. The Spirit fed me other things, and it's just been a nonstop crazy ride, dude. Like this whole thing from day one, it's like, it's the craziest movie. I mean, I cannot tell the blizzards we've driven through, the things I've seen in spirit, and where we've been. I mean, people we've met. It's all a crazy movie, dude. And that's the closest thing I can compare it to. And it's just, and I know some, I'm going to tell a story soon, but there's just some weird things that's been happening around here that ties back to the very first of when we went to our first trip to Wyoming or whatever. And it's like a full-blown crazy repeat, dude. It's like, it's just letting me know we're like, right, it's, oh man. Either way, y'all, AI, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of technology. Don't be scared of the trance music. Get in there and partay, because the partay is for that live golf event that's playing right now. And you can either sit on the sidelines, you can get in there and whack the balls. Okay. It's your choice, but either way, they are among you.